beautiful and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video that's going to be this week's new makeup releases. We're going to chat about the new makeup that's been announced, sneak peek and released throughout the last week. There's not a lot to talk about. I'm going to be honest with you. I was checking through my phone and there's not that many things to talk about, but hey, this is a tradition. I'm doing this every week, so here I am. We're going to chat about it anyways because it's a tradition, okay? This is how we know that the weekend is about to start. And if you haven't been here before, hello, my name is Angie. I am a lover of beauty and makeup. I just love everything beauty related. I love experimenting, finding new things, finding new favorites, finding old favorites, and I also love experimenting with color a lot. Although today I'm doing the bold lip move, and if you want to see some more makeup content on your timeline, don't forget to subscribe because I upload 5 videos a week. I will say today it was one of those days I didn't feel like it. I was actually on the couch. In Sweden you would say in the couch, and now that I say it out loud I'm like, that makes no sense because I'm not in the couch. Listen, grammar out the window. But I was on the couch, I was reading the third book in the Bridgerton series. I finished it and I was just like, I don't feel like it, I don't want to, but I looked at my phone and I saw there's actually not that many makeup releases, so I put on the bold lip. I was gonna say I brushed my hair, that's a lie, I didn't brush my hair, but I put on the bold lip, did some eyebrows, and here we are. If you are interested in any of the things that I do have on my face, because I did put a little bit on face makeup on, I put some favorites on and some things that I'm reviewing, I'm gonna put that in the pinned comment. And if you're interested in any of the things that I'm gonna be talking about in this episode, or if you just want to see some more info or what product I was actually talking about, maybe I'm mispronouncing and you want to see what I'm talking about, release dates, prices and all of that, it's gonna be in the description box. So don't forget to check the pinned comment and the description box for more info, including my vlog channel, my merch shop and my other socials. I have one of the items in front of me, so before I'll scooch to the side to leave space, I'm gonna show you the item that I have because I got this today. So I went and picked this up in the mail. I'm filming this, it's actually 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I never film that late. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but I went to pick this one up. This is the new palette by OPV Beauty. It is called Bloom and it is an eyeshadow palette, and I had no idea that this was coming. I got a couple of tags from you on this palette, and you know what? Let me show you. Let me see if I can we get the plastic out? Hello! This is what she looks like. There is a mirror here, you can see. I mean, this is cute. I think this is cute. The background has this flower. I mean, it's... I'm not the biggest fan of it, like a patterned background, but I will say these are some really dark and yummy colors, and even though the palette is called Bloom, I would say that this is a perfect... I would say that this is a perfect transition between summer and autumn because it's really dark and moody and has some of those autumn colors, but also these fun like summer colors. So I haven't tried it, I just picked it out, but are you interested? Do you want to see something? Because I knew I didn't want to film something today because I just didn't feel like it, and I don't want to. If I have something that looks as fun as this, if I'm gonna film with it, I want to do it a day where I actually feel like it, and I don't feel like it today. And I don't want to waste bad energy on a pretty palette. I will link this down below. When is this being released? I didn't get any info about that in this mail, but I will make sure to find out when it's being released, how much it's gonna be. It's probably coming to Beauty Bay as well, but if you buy it from the OPV Beauty website, you can get, I think it's 10% off by using my code Angelica. You have seen me use a couple of their other palettes before. Some I've really enjoyed, like the Spotlight palette. That one I still have, it's beautiful. And I tried a couple of more palettes. I know one of them I wasn't super fond of, so it's gonna be interesting to see how I feel about this. Their glitter liners are beautiful, like beautiful. I use them all the time. I even use them in one of my looks with the Wilderness palette that I had this Wednesday. So yeah, I'm interested. Look at like this dark teal and this like dark purple. Yeah, so yeah, we'll put some info down below. This palette just showed up on my doorstep. I'm not planning to like go out and purchase any makeup because I don't want to like buy any more makeup, but I do have this one, and I also still have the Colourpop and Powerpuff Girls. So if you want to see any of that, I can make it happen for next week. Right now, I'm just looking forward to getting back on the couch and starting reading the 4th book. Okay, let me scoochy. Am I falling off the chair? Like, I'm too old for this. Okay. This is me scooching to the side so that I can put some pictures up. I want to talk about something that, had I not been like in the mood where I'm like, I don't want to buy any more makeup, I don't feel like it, I don't want to own any new makeup at this point, I would probably have purchased this new collection from Colourpop. This is so cute. This is their Y2K Forever collection. It is launching, it's already available, it's launching the day that I'm filming this, and this is cute. This takes me back. I used to do frosty purple eyeshadow and the glittery, you know, the Lancome Juicy tubes. I used to have it in both that kind of a pink and that kind of a purple. I had them in my little bag, like my shoulder bag, the one that was just under the, you put them basically in your armpit. It was just like a really short strap. Those were so popular. Oh my god, and the rhinestones and the butterflies. Those were the days. Those were the days. So I just think this is really cute. I really think that this is cute, and I probably would have bought some things had I not been in the mindset where I'm at right now, where I'm like, I don't want to buy anything. Because I'm gonna be honest, that's where I'm at right now. But what's interesting me the most is the So Juicy lip gloss, the purple one. I think it looks really cute. And the two like compacts that you see, I'm pointing in the air, I'm just where they are. There are two compacts, a square compact with round pans. Those are Super Shock highlighters, and one of them is a lavender. And I'm slightly intrigued. Slightly intrigued. And there's also some like rhinestones, like I think they have like glue on them, so you just put them on, like self-adhesive rhinestones. It really takes me back, it really does. So sometimes I get PR from Colourpop, I don't get everything, but I do get quite a lot of things, and I still want to do something with the Powerpuff Girls. You're gonna have to let me know if you actually are interested, because like I said, I can have that up next week. But yeah, if I get this in PR, I will be super grateful, but I'm not gonna purchase it myself because I just don't want... But yeah, if I make an order from Colourpop in the future, and this is still in stock, that purple Super Shock highlighter and the purple lip gloss, yeah, I could see myself. I could see myself getting that. I'm gonna be honest. Buxom is releasing some lip glosses for fall. I think this is really smart. I feel like lip glosses is the thing that people are still buying from Buxom, and I feel like people really like them. And I like what they did here, because they did 4 brownie nude lip glosses in different tones, like going from light to dark. And there is 2 of them has a sweet pumpkin spice scent, and 2 of them have a warm vanilla scent. Super smart. Super smart. Limited edition pumpkin and vanilla, like spicy scents for fall, with these yummy like brown spicy like nutmeg colors. I think it's genius, and I think the scents alone will make some people buy these colors. I don't hate them, and I think it looks nice. I actually think it looks really nice. I don't know if this is something that you're interested in, but for being Buxom, I think it's a really smart release. I'm not gonna buy it myself, but here we are. Oh, let's take one more Colourpop thing. Obviously Colourpop has more things. They are doing the Super Shock shadow set with the Disney princesses. It's a heart of gold, and it is, wow, it's 12 different Super Shock shadows in a vault. Do you have to buy all of them? This is coming August 13th. Okay, so this is coming the day that this video is going up. So when you're watching this, depending on how early you're catching it, but usually they launch things at 10, or is it 9 a.m. PST? I'm not 100% sure, but if you're interested in this, it is coming on Friday, like the day that this video is going live, just a little bit later than the video. I don't know if you have to buy the entire vault. I really like the Super Shock formula, but I prefer it in cheek products because that I reach for all the time. When it comes to the Super Shock shadows, I don't reach for them as much, but I'm gonna be honest, the set is beautiful. I think like Disney lovers are gonna love this because each of these little Super Shock shadows has a print from the corresponding princess on the front. So I think it's cute. And if you love Super Shock shadows, I mean, this could be a really nice set to get. But I think I'm gonna opt out because it's not for me. I was a little bit surprised by the collab between Profusion and Mean Girls, and I think I'm surprised because it is a little bit too similar to the collab that Mean Girls did with Storybook Cosmetics. It is this exact same burn book front. And I mean, what else can they do, I guess? The burn book is the one iconic thing from the movie that you can make an eyeshadow palette on. But it leads me to be like, so did it need to be another collab then? Isn't it? Like, oh, did we run out of high school movies to make? Are there no high school movies left to make like collabs on? Is this it? Are we done? I don't understand. Oh my god, is it really called You Glow Glen Coco? No. Is that the name of the highlighter palette? Okay, I love that. You Glow Glen Coco is amazing. So popular lip duo. Then there are 9 shadow palettes, 2 of them property of Gretchen Wiener and property of Regina George. And then it's a Your Like Really Pretty Cosmetics bag, Mean Girl, Burn Book, Hand Mirror, Regulation, Hottie, Face Mist, and then the big palette, of course. Oh, okay. Well, let me put it like this. Profusion is extremely inexpensive. I have friends that really love Profusion. I think Profusion is available, but not everything in UK. Personally, I've never tried it. This isn't for me because the smaller items, I love the names more than I like the items, and the big palette is too big. And I also think, just when I look at it, when I zoom in, it seems to be at least 4 pressed glitters in there. And I try to stay clear of palettes with pressed glitters. I try to stay clear. Who saw this and thought, Too Faced, that you? I don't know. First of all, I don't know why Morphe is doing a 3rd collab with Coca Cola. I don't know that. You don't know that. I'm not even sure Morphe knows why that happened. Like, it's a big mystery. It's the mystery of our generation. But basically, they're doing round 3 for some reason, and they put it in a tin packaging. Morphe has never had any makeup in a tin packaging before, so I'm a little bit surprised that that's what we're doing. That's where we are right now. Because the tin packaging is so... Like, the tin packaging is so Too-Faced. It's so Too-Faced that when you look at this, you're like, either this is Too-Faced or this is one of those copycat brands, like W7, that's always making copies of, like, Anastasia and Too Faced. And then it's Morphe, and it just cheapens everything. And I will say, this palette here looks beautiful, but I'm gonna put up the big picture of the whole collection because there's like a lip thing and a cheek thing. Look at how bland this palette is all of a sudden. Like, who's taking these promo pictures? It's like they took 2 different palettes. It's like one of those what you order and what you receive. Like, reality versus expectations. So yeah, like, what are you getting? Like, because it kind of matters, and this, it kind of matters. Are you getting this bright red with the burgundies, or are you getting a like like just another one of the brown Morphe palettes with a somewhat reddish brown? Like, what are you getting? Because I feel like it's important. Okay, Sol de Janeiro is doing a collaboration together with Anitta. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I had no idea who she was, but she has 55 million followers on Instagram. 55. There's 10 million people living in Sweden. I'm like, who? So weird. Like, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. I think from what I could gather from her Instagram that she is a singer, right? She's a singer and she is from Rio. I think, because yeah, with the girl from Rio, Anitta. So this is fun. I like it. Scents together with a celebrity, I really like it. I think this is meant to be a little bit more of a fruity scent, because it's like passion fruit nectar, pink patchouli, jasmine honey, vanilla, and tiger orchid. I don't know if this is coming to Sweden, but if it is, I definitely want to sniff it. I might even want to buy it. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. color me interested. This is a sneak peek of an upcoming collection from Charlotte Tilbury. This is a 90s inspired collection that is called the Super Nudes. This is definitely very 90s inspired because this is the makeup that people were wearing, at least the supermodel. Because I mean, every century or has like different themes within the century. Nothing is just like this is what they did, but within that, like the 90s was the era of the supermodels, and this is definitely the kind of makeup that they were wearing and people that were trying to emulate their look. Will say though, these cheek palettes were extremely popular when they came last time, and she had two shades then, one lighter and one darker. I swatched them in real life, they look beautiful. They are discontinued and they are no longer available on her site. It seems like she's coming back with one more, but now it's only one shade, and I'm like, why didn't she just... I'm confused. Like, she had two shades last time. Couldn't she at least do two shades this time? Right? Right? Because it's only one like combo with 4 shades. I don't feel like that's enough. Do you feel like that's enough? I mean, it looks beautiful. It really looks beautiful. I don't know. And I will say, I mean, yes, this is the Super Nudes collection, but the whole Charlotte Tilbury line, to be honest, is pretty super nude. So at some point, she will have done every shade of beige and mauve. And even though it's like, oh, it's a new palette, it's all kind of starting to look the same. I would love her to, like, I understand that her whole, like, shtick is like the glam mauve beige life. I understand, but like, you gotta venture out a bit, because you have a whole nude range and you come up with a collection called the Super Nudes Collection. It just becomes a little bit of a joke, because I mean, you were already doing the Super Nudes. That was like your whole thing. Let's have a sneak peek at this new KVD palette as well. This is a Mini Planet Fanatic Recyclable palette. I'm not that impressed with a palette being recyclable. Maybe it's because I live in Sweden and recycling here isn't... I wouldn't say it's not that big of a deal. It's a big deal, it really is, but everything is recyclable here. It's just up to you and your effort. I would have been more impressed if it was made by recycled plastic, because it's actually not that easy to recycle plastic, especially not if you're going to use it in a hygienic situation such as like beauty and eyeshadow is. So I would have been impressed if it was recycled plastic instead of recyclable plastic, because I live in Sweden. You can recycle plastic everywhere here, so it's just like, so your plastic is recyclable, so is every other plastic item, but not to its full extent. And there's nothing, I doubt that there's not something extra recyclable about her packaging. I'm guessing the thing that the brand thinks is extra recyclable is that the whole packaging as it is can be thrown into recycling. And yeah, maybe it's recyclable for a lazy person that can't disassemble thing, but for me, like I said, as a Swede, I would have been more impressed if it was made by recycled plastic than I am by the fact that it's recyclable plastic, because that literally means nothing to me. And also the color scheme is a little bit boring, although this is a really bad picture, so that also doesn't tell me anything. Are you ready for more holiday? This is how life's gonna be. There's gonna be more holiday from now on. It's just the way it is. This is, listen, who's surprised? Who is surprised by another cheek palette from NARS? All they do are like, it's cheek palettes. So this is a cheek palette for holiday. This is the Holiday 2021 Face and Cheek palette. This is launching together with more products for holiday, of course, and it's just a little sneak peek of how it looks. It seems to be like a ribbon print, which I think like a ribbon embossing, which I honestly think is really cute. I don't know what shades this is, but I cannot muster up the energy to be excited about a face palette from NARS. This is the 347th face palette that I'm like reporting on in this series, and I can't. There's like one every 2 weeks. I don't have any energy left to talk about that. This is something that I think is a bit interesting, and maybe not for the same reason as you might think. This is a new palette that's coming from Ace Beauté, and this is a 24 shadow palette. It is available, I think, right now in the Boxes Jar and pop-up sale. Not sure if that's still a thing. It is coming soon to their website. Here's the thing though. I'm gonna take this briefly. Ace Beauté did say, or Beauté, I don't, listen. Sorry, I'm not fancy enough to be able to pronounce that properly. I try every time and I think I fail every time. On their Instagram, they did say now that they have decided to up their game and they have reformulated their palettes, and they were having a reformulation sale, basically selling out some of their palettes, I'm guessing with the old formulation. If you have been on my channel for a really long time, you might remember that I reviewed the Paradise collection from Ace Beauté, and I said that I loved the design and I loved the color combos and I loved everything with the palettes except the quality. I thought the mattes were a little thin. They were pigmented, but you couldn't build them on top of each other. You couldn't even build two mattes on top of each other, and that is not my preferred formula. I know that some people really loved it. Personally, I thought they were too thin, and I thought that they were not buildable. But Ace Beauté did actually reach out to me a couple of months ago, and they were telling me that they were reformulating their palettes, and they were basically saying that they really appreciated the constructive feedback that they got, and that they wanted to send me some of their reformulated palettes, and if I had the opportunity, if I could let them know if I felt like they were going in a positive direction. And I am gonna be the one to tell you, I have them still. I have basically all of their palettes in the reformulation, and they're great. The reformulation is great. They are buildable, they're pigmented, they're beautiful, the color combos are still the same. I did declutter my palettes and I did give them away to a co-worker of Ricardo's, so it's a shame that I don't still have them so I can't compare them. But if you were wondering about the reformulation, maybe you're interested in seeing a video or something, I don't know, but I did try the reformulation and it's actually really good. There is a difference. And yeah, maybe that's all I can say about it. But yeah, I don't know right now if the palettes that they're selling on the site right now are the reformulated ones or the old ones. That you're gonna have to ask them about. I couldn't see it on the site. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised and I was so excited to see that they were finally announcing it on their Instagram. So yeah, something to look forward to. There are a new collab between Beauty Creations and Torres Beauty. Torres is... that was not his entire name. I hate when people tag on their pictures and they tag everything in just a little group like this so you can't click on it. I hate it with a burning passion. Like, why would you do that? Don't you want people to find, like, stop doing that. Stop doing the tags so you can't click on them. Like, it's so stupid. I hate it with a burning passion. Is Luis Torres. He's a makeup artist and a microblading expert. I did check out his Instagram and he seems very talented. He's very popular on Instagram and the collection seems really pretty. It seems like something a makeup artist would really like, with a mix of like poppy colors and some neutrals. I'm finding it hard to muster up the energy because I don't want to buy any new eyeshadow. I really don't want to buy any more eyeshadow, but I think it's really cute. I love the pop of yellow. I think that's really nice. I think Beauty Creations is a pretty affordable indie brand, if I'm not totally mistaken. I will link them down below in case you're interested. I'm gonna opt out just because I don't... Did I buy anything? No, I haven't bought anything at all. Well, I got this palette sent to me in PR, so let me know if you're interested in that. This is... sit down, have a sip of your drink. This is a collaboration between iHeart Revolution, which is a sister brand, many siblings sister brand of Makeup Revolution, and Pebbles cereal. Cereal? That's where we are now. Collabs with cereal brands. What's next? Windex? What? We're doing cereal makeup collabs. That's where we are. In our makeup journey, that's where we landed. We do not have Pebbles here in Sweden. Not this kind. Pebbles body butter. Really? And the background of the palettes look rough. It's cereal. Oh. It's cereal around your eyeshadows. You don't get to tell me that this doesn't look like a mess. I'm getting an eye infection just looking at this. Who's out here asking for cereal eyeshadow palettes? I'm not mad. I just want to talk. I just want to ask questions. Like, what's going on? Why are we doing this? I don't know. Like, are they in financial trouble? Were they at the board meeting and that's like, what's the cheapest franchise we could find? How about cereal? Like, I'm not getting this. And if you are, listen, I'm not judging you. If you look at this and you're like, oh my god, childhood nostalgia, or maybe even now you enjoy some sugary cereal for breakfast, I'm not judging you. I'm just like, not everything needs to be a makeup item. Not everything is a theme, an unexplored opportunity for a makeup collab. Maybe some things can just be left to the side. Yeah, maybe, and also, this is just me speculating, I think cereal there are more cereal flavors to choose from in a lot of countries, including the US, than it is here in Sweden. I grew up with not having that many kinds of cereal to choose from, and the sugary cereal, like, me and my brother were really never allowed to eat that. My mom would buy a box, and now and again, every like weekend or every 2 weekends, we were allowed to have a bowl for the weekend, but we never had sugary. Like, having a sugary breakfast, it's very un-Swedish. It's very un-Swedish to have a sugary breakfast. So maybe that's also why I'm feeling like it's such an unsexy collab, because for me cereal is just like not that riveting, but it could be me and my Swedish heritage looking at cereal in a different way. We didn't have those fun cereals. We had some of them, but yeah, we never had those like sugary cereals for breakfast. We didn't have that. Let me know, what do you think? Do you think that this is like a natural progression, just going into cereal? I would love to hear your thoughts about this, because I saw it and I was like, so this is where we are now. This is where we landed. 2021, we're at cereal. Hello, newly awakened editing Angie here. I'm just done editing the video, but I wanted to mention 2 more releases that I think you are just going to be so interested in. So I felt like I really wanted to mention them. I'm sitting in my PJs with my morning coffee, editing away, but I wanted to talk about new wild palettes by Huda Beauty. These were announced, I kid you not, like an hour after I stopped filming, and I was like, gee, thanks Huda. Huda, don't you know about my uploading schedule, like my filming schedule? Should really send her a DM about that. She really needs to shape up, fall in line. I hope people know I'm kidding. These are new mini palettes by Huda Beauty. I actually think these are some of the best color stories that she has made. Like I said before, I'm not in the market to buying new eyeshadow palettes right now. Had I been, I probably would have picked up 2 of these. I will say the green one is a little too... It's not exactly what I would want in a green palette. Right now I'm more into like warm toned greens, so I probably wouldn't have purchased that one. And also the yellow brown one, it's not really for me. Am I looking real? It is what it is. I wouldn't have bought that one either. But the cool tone one, the python, the snake one, and the one that's like the lizard one, I could be just looking at my phone seeing what they call the chameleon and the... Oh, it's not a python, it's a jaguar. Why is it sequenced with the... Oh, I'm not debating with you, Huda. Those 2, I probably would have purchased them. I'm not saying no that I will never buy them either, but I'm not gonna buy them on launch. But I will say, I'm giving them a thumbs up. I think they look really cute. They are being released on the 17th, if I'm not totally mistaken. I think these are gonna be the same price as the other ones, $29. I will put a link down below in case you're interested. Honestly, I don't hate it. I think it's pretty cute. I'm trying to save some space on the side. Oh my god, early morning Angie doing her best. I'm at my balcony, if you couldn't. Did I say that? Don't get yourself wrapped into details. The next thing I wanted to talk about, and I did see this, I've seen this for a couple of days, and it is the new palette. Is it called Cyber? The Cyber palette? Let me go back and look. By Urban Decay. It's the new Naked. Wait, Naked Cyber. Okay, so I saw this before I filmed, and the reason why I decided to not talk about it is that I thought it was leaked, and I still have a sneaking suspicion that this was leaked. But if it was leaked, at least now enough places are showing the picture and it's talked about enough that I'm not the one spreading it, because I don't want to spread leaked pictures. I want the brand to have an opportunity to show things the way that they want to show them. And I will say, this is me. I've never been much for the naked theme. I'm not all about effortless, there not there makeup. I like dramatic makeup. I like colorful makeup. I like makeup that you can see. I don't want anyone being like, oh, are you wearing makeup? I want it to be obvious, like, bitch, I'm wearing makeup. So the naked line has never really been for me. I don't dislike them. I will say on a hypothetical plane, I don't dislike them doing, because it's meant to be like iridescent duochrome pastels, and I'm guessing they're doing a hint to the Y2K phenomenon that is really coming back. We did frosty eyeshadow all the way up to the eyebrow. It was a thing. So I don't hate that they're doing a nod to the Y2K. Hypothetically, it's a good release. The packaging looks beautiful. What I'm not sure about is the execution. First of all, Urban Decay, their promo pictures, they suck. Look at this picture. Does this picture make you want to buy anything? This picture makes you think, oh, I hope it's better in real life. That's what this picture makes you think. This better look pretty in real life, because this picture is missing something. You know what that is? Pigment. Pigment. Contrast. Details. Like, you're telling me iridescent duochrome, but all I can see is 12 shades of like bone colored. Some of them seem matte, some of them seem shimmered, and I bet it looks more beautiful in real life. But Jesus, can they just take better promo pictures? This promo picture is awful. Awful. It doesn't sell me anything. This does not sell me the dream of iridescent cyber naked. No. No. This is awful. So I'm hoping it's better in real life. This palette isn't made for me. The naked line isn't made for me. I'm not meant to be super excited about an iridescent naked line. It's not for me. I realize that, and I think a lot of people will be interested. It's one of those things. If I see a better picture, it looks more pretty. If it truly is an iridescent duochrome palette with some pastels, which is not what I'm seeing here, but if it truly is that, I could be on board. I just really, like, listen, there are some brands, they just need better product photography. They need better promo pictures. Urban Decay, definitely one of them. BH Cosmetics, they've shapen up a bit lately though, but it's like, you need to sell me the dream. You're telling me iridescent duochrome pastels? Then what is this? Either way, if I have some more info, I will put it down below. I don't know when I'm filming this little snippet, when it's being released. I'm guessing it's the same price as the other naked palettes, but I will put some info in the description box. Don't forget to check the description box. I just wanted to pop in and let you know about this and show you newly awakened Angie, editing Angie, popping in to give you the latest news. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing Friday. Please let me know your thoughts down below. Please give me some insight of what you would like to see for next week. I do have some pre-filmed things, but I have all the time in the world to film some other things as well. Well, all the time in the world. I'm actually getting my second vaccination on Wednesday next week, so I am deciding to take Thursday and Friday off next week. I will still have a new makeup releases, but I'm just going to film it on Wednesday instead before I take my vaccination shot. So I don't have all the time in the world, but I still have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So let me know if there's anything that you would like me to film then. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Again, I hope you're having an amazing Friday, and I will see you again on Monday for a new video. Bye!